Hi, everyone.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. It's been a good Monday so far.
Oh, I mean, kind of.
Wait, why kind of?
Because we're always receiving.
I thought it was good.
We're always receiving like emails and things that just like throw us off a little bit, and we're like, wait a minute, what's going on? So, no, today's been a good Monday. I think that it's been a little bit quiet so far. Like the good thing is we have so many topics to go over from the weekend, but anytime it's after like a Super Bowl or like the Grammys or a big award show, everything, all of the news is just surrounding that. So I think
that's true. I mean, like, everyone's talking about the Grammys this morning. Everybody, of course, you know.
Taylor Swift and her 4th album of the year.
Crazy.
Okay.
I'm not a Swiftie, but I have respect, you know.
Yeah. I mean, be careful what you say.
No, I know. I'm good at. I know they come at you like darts. It's like
those, you know, fans come in hot.
They come in hot.
Okay,
oh,
guys.
Lord have mercy.
So as everybody comes into the room too, we wanted to go ahead and say that we're so happy to Mom Burke, who received her blooming. She was the winner once we hit 1,000 ratings on the podcast. And now we are doing a special new giveaway. Once we hit 1,300 ratings on the podcast, we are going to let one lucky winner. And if you've already left a rating, then you're automatically entered to win.
Oh, yeah. So if you've left a review before on the podcast and you didn't win this time, your review or your rating still counts for all of the other giveaways.
Right.
There's no, like, anyone can win, which is the best part. And we want to start doing them more incrementally. And we have a lot of fun giveaways coming up. So I'm excited. And you guys are helping us out a lot. So we appreciate it.
All right. So right now, I think we're at 1,050. Once we hit 1,300, you're going to be able to go to Rose Forever and you can click on all of the roses. You can pick exactly what you like. And as you can see, some of them are worth a lot of money, like $659 or $339, $500. Don't get this one, obviously, because you want the big bang. But you're going to be able to go on and pick whichever box that you want. And that is going to be our giveaway gift.
That's a cool deal. That really is.
It's my favorite thing. I mean, we have them everywhere now. At this point, we're just giving them to our moms and family. And, you know, it's another company that I absolutely, absolutely love. But, Jason, there is a lot going on.
There is a lot going on. I don't even know where to start. I'm going to let you decide this, but yeah, not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I mean, like, Kandi quit.
Yeah.
There was a lawsuit dropped. Are we talking about Salt Lake City? There's a lot going on in Salt Lake.
Oh, shit.
It's the gift that keeps on giving. My prayers have been answered. Hallelujah.
We have another found out multiple troll accounts that are coming to light. Wait until we get to that. But what I wanted to say is I did a video on Friday talking about the alleged allegations against James Kennedy from Vanderpump Rules. And as you guys know, we have been around that cast for a long time. And we were asked, obviously, I had somebody reach out to me and they wanted to know, hey, can you please let us address these things, you know, and not put it out there just as a friend. And I was like, okay. So I ended up taking the video down. But a lot of people want to know about what's going on with these accusations because we've heard from Kristen Doty, we've heard from Rachel Leviss, we've heard just a ton of shit. And then Two T's in a Pod.
People, yeah.
Well, Two T's in a Pod went on, and that's how this all came back to light because they went on and said that they were leaving the MTV Movie Awards and they didn't want to get. Teddy said, "I didn't want to get in the car with the Selling Sunset crew. Who is it? Like the little Oppenheim guys." She's like, I don't like any guy that's shorter than me," is what she said. And
God, she always puts her foot in her mouth, huh?
She just and she just did a post too, which is not a big deal, but she just did a post and she was like, you know, I'm so calm and nice in Canada for now or something. I think that she just wants to embrace this villain era, but I don't know if she.
I don't think anybody else cares.
Yeah,
or wants to.
I mean, sorry,
or wants to embrace it with her.
I'm all about Tamra though. I am all about Tamra, but they ended up sharing the story and briefly sharing it. And Tamra said, I don't think we should share this. And they were talking about how there was this alleged fight that happened in the car. And where they had to get out of the car and split people up. Now, I've known about these things, a lot of these accusations, because there was supposed to be this big article that was coming to light.
Do you guys remember that? I think we even talked about that
in August.
On Hot Messy. We said there's a huge Vanity Fair article, a few of them coming out.
It's Vanity Fair or Variety?
It's Variety, yeah. I think it's Variety. There was a couple coming out, and then we saw the Vanity Fair article was just more of the same thing. You know, there was nothing really whatever. So
I'm the number one guy in the group. No, but there was.
Mindy, don't feed him. Don't feed him compliments.
Okay. But no, so there was supposed to be this article coming out, which we did talk about, and then we never knew what happened to it. We knew of a few people who were working on the article. That's why I'm shocked that I can't remember if it was Variety or Vanity Fair, but lo and behold,
there were supposed to be like more parts from allegedly from what we heard. There were supposed to be more parts to the Vanity Fair article, but there was it Rolling Stone? I don't know what it was. It was another big
Rolling Stone
magazine,
did the Gary
Variety.
King one.
Yeah, there was. Oh, that's right. Yeah, there was just a lot coming out. So, very interesting. So, what did Teddy and Tamra have to say?
So they alluded to the fact that something really physical happened, and now,
and that's an account from that's a firsthand account. That's from being there.
Right. And also they have a huge reach. So if they're going to put it out there, obviously that's going to further fuel speculation and people are going to be curious about it. So, and I feel like it's even more dangerous to put something out there and allude to something and not follow through, because then you leave it open for interpretation. Like, what are they talking about? Why won't they completely share the full story?
Right.
But that story is being shared this week. And you guys will get to hear it firsthand from the person who is sharing it. And that is all I can give you, because I had a couple people ask me, why did I take it down? Long story short, I took it down because I was asked to by a friend who was part of the group. And I thought, when they said we want to share our own story, I was like, okay. I mean,
that's nice that we took it down, but there's other people talking about it as well. We can't call everyone and say, hey, can you take that down for me, please? Because we want to address it. But it is a little out of control, I think, too. Like, no one knows really what to believe because there's no proof in anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
This first-hand account sounds very like if Tamara and Teddy are saying we're there, we saw it, that's like a big deal. They have a lot to lose if they're lying.
Well, and also I think that it's just a really shitty thing to do if you would hope that somebody would not make up allegations like that. And if you are, because it's for clicks and views, which I'm not saying that they did, but if you are, then that's just a really, really shitty thing
that would
to
be
do.
Bad. Yeah. Very bad. Interesting. I don't know.
All right. So
it all comes out it always comes out when the show airs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everything is so calculated. Everything is so predictable, right? With Ariana being on Chicago, premiering the day before Vanderpump Rules, with this coming out right now after the very first episode of Vanderpump Rules. That's where it gets me, because if it was such a huge deal, and I'm not taking anything away, because if something physical happened, it should have never happened. That no one lays hands on anyone,
right?
Unless you want it back. No, I'm just kidding. But I feel like when things get very calculated, it's really hard for an audience member or friends to really choose what to believe. Why wasn't it brought up before? That's why I hate when people get accused of doing things years later, 2 years later, 11 years later, whatever. It becomes
what they're speculating, though. And again, I hope that this is all addressed, which I believe it will be.
Yeah, hopefully
I know
so.
for a fact it will be this week. But I believe what they're speculating is that the reason none of these allegations ever really did surface was because it was protecting the cast and the people and the franchise and stuff like that. But I want them to break it down, because we love that group of people. We have so much fun with them. As you guys know, we did Sheena show in August. Everybody was there. Like, we always have the best time, and we've known Lisa for a long time. So of course, it's just, Francine, a welcome to members. And also thank you, Kimberly,
members.
The Queen 1961.
Hey, that's sweet. I love when other members give other members a membership, like a gift. That is so nice. Thank you.
All right.
That's awesome. We have a lot of fun things coming up.
A lot of fun things. Oh, and Jason, what? Jason's Vanderpump Rules after party.
Oh, shit.
What is that tomorrow?
See, here's how I'm going to navigate tomorrow, just really quickly, okay? I'm going to do a lot of sleep. I need a lot of sleep, and then no getting tipsy pants. Maybe a little bit, because I have to go straight into Anchor Watch right after the after party to cover Below Deck, which premieres tonight. Captain Carey is now going to be our full-time Captain Lee replacement, but I don't want to call him a replacement. I think he's going to be a really, really good captain to watch. So I'm really excited. What were you going to say? Sorry.
That's what I wanted to know if you were genuinely because
I'm genuinely excited.
I'm never excited. I just
I like sailing.
I can't stand sailing. I find it to be so boring.
Well, you know, they're doing a lot of cuts, right? Because I had an opportunity to talk to a lot of the producers of Below Deck, and they just kind of want to bring it down. It is one of the #1 watch shows on Bravo. It usually holds that place all year until you have a Beverly Hills or a
troll account,
like a Beverly Hills or
a Scandal.
Yeah, when you have stuff like that, then okay, ratings take over on those shows. But consistently for years, for seasons, Below Deck, no matter what the franchise, is one of the most watched. And I think it just appeals to a wider range of people than our Housewives. And some Housewives fans hate Below Deck, and I get that. And some Below Deck people are like, I would never watch those Housewives shows. But I think Carrie stepping in is going to be just amazing. They're in a beautiful place. We have a dynamic cast. I'm excited to recap it. Okay. I wasn't so excited to recap Med this year, but I think the real one would be good. So yeah, no full bottle of champs for me. That's not happening.
Okay. We're also, by the way, I'm about to get into this Tamra video, but Jason and I just started a 45-day challenge today. Sometimes Jason's like, I don't know why you have to tell everybody everything, but this is like my family and like
in
my
case
therapist.
I fail, I don't want people to know we started a challenge.
So if
I make it to day 7 and I quit, I don't want people to know that I quit on day 7. You know what I mean?
It's supposed to be eating healthier. The only exception to having a drink is for his after party. That is it. Otherwise, no drinking, eating healthier, no fried foods, and we weighed ourselves on one of those N-body machines today, and it tells you your body fat percentage.
And no more. Like, you're going to stop there.
No, I'm stopping there. We're getting our shit together. So get ready, guys.
Don't tell everyone our numbers.
New year, new us. All right.
So here we go. I'm excited. Okay, where are we starting?
I'm going to start with Tamra, Vicki, and Shannon are in a full knockout drag out right now because Vicki went on Jeff Lewis Live, where, you know, all of the drama always comes out of the Jeff Lewis Live radio show. That's why we love watching it. And this is what she had to say. She had a couple things, but this is the first one.
Michael and Priscilla from Andy's show, they do our hair and makeup.
Oh, yeah.
They referred us to Paris, and Paris is a brand manager. So he goes out and books bands and appearances like this. And he's like, I want this show. You guys are going to hit it big. So he came on board and told Tamra about it. She's like, yeah, I'm all about it. We did the Phoenix show. He got those booked. And then the situation happened with Shannon, and Tamra didn't really want to do the Phoenix show, but we did it. And we were a big success. We sold out. And then while she was in Scotland, I guess she had second thoughts and came back and called Paris, not Shannon or I, and said, I don't want to be part of it anymore. And I have not talked to Tamra since Phoenix.
You haven't even talked to her.
I mean, since Vegas was at BravoCon?
Phoenix.
Phoenix.
We
did the two.
When was the Phoenix show?
In Phoenix, right before.
What month was that?
Before she went to Scotland. So it was maybe a month and a half ago. I don't have the exact dates. But there was a text, are you ignoring me? I'm like, blah, 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 back and forth. But there was no conversation. She never said I'm out. And I find that really hurtful because I thought we were in this together. But she's like, I'm really busy. I'm like, we're all busy. We're all busy. She asked Paris to give her at least 6 weeks notice, and she would go around her calendar. And she can back out. I guess kind of anybody can back out of anything, but you give the people that you're doing it with a conversation.
Okay, so you were upset then that
I'm hurt.
She spoke to the manager
Paris
first before she
never even told Shannon and I. Paris
see.
called us and told us.
She doesn't seem like someone who would avoid confrontation. If she was afraid you'd be upset, I'm surprised that she didn't reach out to you directly. Now, when I spoke to her, she said that she was very clear from the beginning that she couldn't commit to all the shows. Is that true?
There wasn't any commitment of any shows. We said we will schedule them when we're all available. I'm just as busy, if not busier than her. So we all agreed, the three of us, that we were going to lay out the show for the rest of the year. And she goes, if I have at least 6 weeks notice, I'm going to start filming. We'll incorporate the shows around that. So we didn't even have any other shows booked.
So these 8 shows were not booked.
Correct.
I see, before.
Correct.
So you had 4 shows under your belt.
Nothing else planned.
Nothing else planned. I see. And so then she calls Paris and says, I'm out.
I'm out. And from what I hear, she said we were talking about her behind her back. And I said, no, it's actually in front of you.
Yeah, see, that's the other thing. I believe
Wait for this part.
that I had heard that she was concerned that you weren't being a loyal friend, and then you and Shannon were talking behind her back. The only thing I will tell you that my experience with Tamra, and Tamra is a friend of mine, is that often, anyone on my show, she tends to listen to the people that are DMing her without hearing the show. So often I will get a text from Tamra, did you say this or did you do that? And I said, absolutely not. You need to hear the show. This has been misconstrued.
Sounds familiar.
We've done that. We've been through
this is an issue. Like, this has been a recurring issue with you and me. Like, and so when she told me about the fact that she felt you guys were talking behind her back, I said, who did you hear this from? And are you sure? Because these people on your DMs stir up shit a lot.
I think it's Caden. I think it's Caden.
Okay. No, we know Caden.
And
We met him. He does social media for Tamra.
He did it for Tamra and Shannon.
You remember
and
at
he
the
was
hotel?
hearing things from Shannon and sending it over to Tamra and not confronting Shannon directly, because he would never do my social media. He's a troublemaker. So, you know, he asked to come into my DMs and handle my social media.
Okay, so wait.
First of all, I think I know who that person is.
We definitely know who the person is. I'm not playing this, so go ahead.
Okay, now all I was going to say was when we were at the Two T's in a Pod party, the iHeartRadio party in Vegas, which was it was fantastic. And I thought it was very smart. So I'm going to compliment first before I come back with a non-compliment.
I mean, Tamra was great to us.
No, Tamra was great. Honestly, it was fantastic. I think that the party was really well done. And then they would take housewives into one of the suites and do the podcast, and smart thinking, amazing. The day before BravoCon, everyone was there. It was kind of a good kickoff, right? But I remember when Tamra wanted Teddy to come over to you, you know, so you could just have a conversation, because I'm waiting for that too. Like if Teddy walked up to Adam, I would just for shits and giggles, so I can have it on my phone. I can play it later and make fun of it. But
we love Teddy, but Teddy's not a match.
No, okay, but they did have an assistant, and I don't know if that's the same person who like kept going to her and saying that Up and Adam talks shit about you, stuff like that. Like, I don't even know who this guy is, but I agree with Vicki. He would never work for.
And well, we don't know if that's the
person. Well, if that's not the person, that person too, I wouldn't also work with.
Yeah. Which is fine. We're not going to sit here and expose somebody. Well, at least their name, because we don't know their name, and that's how important that person was. But when all is said and done, this gets out there, right? Tamra, I believe she's probably on her way to film or something, because they are filming. So I would assume that she's really busy. But she took a moment to share this.
Oh, Lord. And I'm going to ask you whose side you're on.
Okay.
After this, because I'm curious.
To me, that Vicki was on Jeff Lewis live today, and she had said some things that were absolutely false. Something about my assistant, Caden, who is the most amazing employee that I've ever had, that he's the one causing problems between the Trace Amigas. It is an absolute blatant fucking lie. The reason why that I am not doing the Trace Amigas is because I caught them talking behind my back. And that's why. It had nothing to do with him. And it pisses me off to no end, because he's the sweetest guy, and he does so much for me and Eddie in my life, and he also helped out Shannon as well. So this is bullshit. And don't listen to her lies.
Okay. So, whose side are you on?
I don't know. I really don't, because I could see them talking shit about her. I could see her.
I think
now that she's back on the show. That is the name of the game.
The basis of their entire friendship is drama.
I know, but now she's back on the show. She has little.
There's definitely, if you see Tamra. If you guys did not go to BravoCon, but if you've ever met her in person or if you've seen her, she has a big level of confidence, which is actually...
Oh my God, people love... Listen, remember when she was announced at the last BravoCon, the 2022 huge. BravoCon, she walked out? The whole place went crazy.
It was crazy.
It was insane.
I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm not saying she has I'm not saying a big ego. I'm saying her confidence, like if I could just have like 10% of that confidence when I walk in a room, it's like, holy shit. And she commands a room. And I also watched too, I was talking to Emily about this while we were at BravoCon, because I saw, and this is not a bashing thing, but I saw her and Teddy together, and then I saw them, apart. And she has so much confidence, and so she's so secure with herself, Tamra, that anybody who's with her, it's like they emulate that.
Yeah.
And then when they're by themselves, they don't. So that's what I was going to say. But okay, Murray.
I mean, I can see, Murray, that's so sweet. Guys, this community is so amazing because
We
you
love
guys
you guys.
share, and it's awesome. That's also why we're doing a lot of giveaways too,
Mhm.
is because we get a lot of things and we want to share it with you guys instead of just we can take roses forever. We can take another blooming or whatever, but we'd rather use it for giveaways because I think it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
We all get to participate and have fun. But guys, thank you so much for supporting each other and being respectful. I think it's awesome.
Well, before we end up getting off of the OC
So wait,
train-
did we say Vicki or Tamra?
Well, I wanted to play you one more clip from Vicki, and it's about Alexis Bellino and her thoughts about Alexis Bellino. And then I want to hear, do you think that Vicki is bitter? Do you think that, like, where is your head at? So I'm going to play it really quick.
Okay.
You know, John Jansen. We were all friends with John Jansen.
Oh, this will go smoothly now.
I
A less controversial topic.
yes. Let's move to a lighter topic. John Jansen was always lovely to me. He was
Us
always
too.
He was generous. He was so fun. I had a great time with him. I'm disappointed that they broke up.
Very.
I'm very
I don't
disappointed
think he was
that
disappointed. I think he
he
didn't like
is
him.
now
And he
is
said
now
that on Watch
dating
What Happens Live.
Alexis. How do you feel about this?
Okay, so let's reverse just a little bit. So
Okay.
when the accident happened, Shannon was renting out Michael's place. So we're very close to this. John Jansen was over there taking Shannon to the doctor, doing all this. We had dinners
That was in
together
October.
after that. That was just 2 months ago. Okay. 2.5, whatever the numbers are, 8
Yes.
weeks, 9 weeks, 10 weeks, doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, John was there for Shannon during this situation. Then paparazzi were outside of Michael's house. So we said, come to Kodo.
Mhm.
Nobody's going to get through the gate. It's very quiet there. That's why I like living there.
Mhm.
Shannon comes there. She's in the downstairs bedroom. She's got Archie. We're all good. We're a happy family, the four
Right,
of us. Okay.
right.
Archie, Shannon, and John was crickets. Okay. After she went to Kodo, he was crickets. Didn't really return a lot of phone calls, blah, blah, blah. Then Shannon's like, well, I don't think we're going to make it. I go, do you love him? She goes, I do. I think he loves me, blah, blah. Then they supposedly, Alexis and John met at A's, which is a watering hole in Newport Beach that everybody used to go to, including this one to the right of me. So I got him to Kodo.
I like Ace.
And the
so-
one across from you as well.
Mhm.
I like gays.
So anyway, I guess they met for the first time, and the next thing you know, they're madly in love, and she's got a promise ring, like a day later. So that's very hurtful to Shannon. John wants to redeem himself on the show because I guess there was a bad connotation of him. I don't know how the viewers and how the other cast felt about it because I wasn't filming with them last year. So now he's using Alexis to supposedly redeem himself.
Do you think this is the best way to redeem himself?
He's going to look like an asshole. Just to FYI, John, go away. If you're madly in love with Alexis, get off of social media. Nobody needs to know about you guys. And she is using that as a platform. Meet my new love, and it's Banks, the dog. Okay, people already know Banks. Like it's not. I love Banks as much as I love Johnny. What? So it's way too much. It's called love bombing. I had it happen to me, and Brooks did it to me, and I was hook, line, and sinker. It
Mhm.
happens. And you can't love somebody after a week of dating or 2 weeks, and a promise ring after a month.
So pretty much, just to kind of wrap that up, she said that she believes Alexis Bellino was a one-season wonder, and that had it not have been for John Jansen, that she wouldn't be going on the show. And she essentially thinks that Alexis Bellino is using John Jansen for a storyline, a built-in storyline. So my question to you, so we can wrap this up, do you think that Vicki's just pissed that she's not a part of the Real
I mean, there's
Housewives?
part of me that I agree with that statement. I agree that Alexis and John Jansen,
I thought Alexis was so boring.
well, I was going to say it's hard to remember, but that would be it.
It's the same.
I don't think Vicki is really that. What am I supposed to say? What's the word?
Jealous?
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, a little bit, right?
Mhm.
But Alexis, I agree with her. I think Alexis used John Jansen to be on the show, or the storyline to get back on the show with Shannon and John. I don't know who to believe when it comes to Vicki or Tamra.
Okay.
I really don't.
Okay.
So maybe the live chat can help us out. Comment below. I'm really freaking curious because it could go either way. I could see if I was Tamra, I would bow out. If I was Vicki and Shannon, I'd be like, why didn't you give us some notice? Like, why didn't you say anything? And why would you go to the guy who's booking the show and just come to us and say, hey, I'm not doing any more shows?
Yeah.
That makes sense,
Yeah.
but
Gifted 10 up and Adam. Hey,
Thank you. You guys are amazing. And
thank you.
because you guys are doing this, it really forces us to push fast to put out some members only content where we can like do things. We do like a members only live again.
Yeah.
We have so many behind the scenes coming up. We can even do one this weekend. We're going out of town again, so that'll be fun.
Oh, back at it. Okay, guys. So I wanted to talk about some Real Housewives of Salt Lake City shit because one, there is Whitney who put her house on the market and she moved. So apparently, and I'm gonna let you guys listen to this in a little bit, but I'm done with clips for a second. I just want to take a break. Her family, from the sounds of it, her family was being harassed in their house, and people knew the address because the address was public. And so she decided to put her home into a trust, her new home. That way people wouldn't have her address and know where she lives, because she wanted to do that for her children. And if you listen to the clip, because she can. So
Smart.
from there, though, I was curious to see how this is going to play out, because I felt like it was, and I love Whitney, but I didn't know, is this considered breaking the fourth wall a little bit? Because she said that I'm going to be filming in a dummy house for Salt Lake City. I'm not filming in my real house. But I wondered, was that like Keeping Up with the Kardashians, where they showed a fake house on the outside, but of course, while they were filming inside, you would see it? Or are you actually just going to film in a totally different house, and then we're going to have to pretend like we don't know that you're filming in a totally different house that's not your own?
I wonder what the reason for that would be. I mean, maybe is her new house ready? Is there renovations? Are there
No, it's ready.
projects? So, I mean, I don't know.
Or, maybe if there are photos and stuff of the new house and the people would recognize it, maybe there's something that's really recognizable about it. She doesn't want that out there.
It always like kind of made me think, like, why would the Kardashians choose the ugliest home? It was like in Studio City, right there by Fryman Canyon. You could, like, if you were walking to hike on Fryman Canyon. If you were going to go hike on Fryman, you'd walk straight past that house and everybody's like, oh my God, that's a Kardashian house. But like, no, it's not. And like, it never matched. Why would they choose that house?
I don't know.
I hope Whitney chooses a nicer house,
a
nicer dummy house to film in than the Fryman Canyon house.
We're done. We're done.
All right.
I mean, her last house was also beautiful and the inside was ridiculous. She had a movie theater and everything.
Pretty.
But listen,
it's a great area too. Salt Lake.
This is what she said about it. So I'm going to go ahead and let you see this.
But doesn't that kind of like go against, sorry, I don't mean to like interrupt here, but doesn't that kind of go against the Real Housewives? Like Lisa Vanderpump doesn't film in a dummy house. Right? That is her house. I don't know. Some of the housewives on Salt Lake, though, they move houses every 2 seconds.
That's true too.
Yeah.
That's true too. Okay, so we're going to play the clip so you can hear from Whitney exactly what she's talking about.
And I want to.
Period.
And
Yeah.
two, I live
In this economy, pop off queen.
no, really, I love my fans, but my address, I didn't realize that
Is public. Okay.
And so now I'm moving to a private place and no one's going to know where I live. And my kids deserve that.
Put your house in a trust.
Yes, exactly. It's already done. Like we're going to film a dummy house where no one's going to know where I live. And I hope that everyone respects that out of the privacy for my children.
I hope they do. What?
I mean, when you make it about your children too, like what are you really going to say to that? She wants to protect her kids. Like she's a mom. Makes sense. I don't think I would have told anybody that we were.
Well, especially like, I don't know like what the school situation is like, but what I guess, if her kids walked to school or are waiting at the bus stop or something, you can follow the kids. And if you know where the address is, it's not gated. It makes it more of not just a privacy concern, but a safety concern for the kids.
And people are sick.
People are crazy nowadays.
Yeah.
Have you met Adam? No, I'm just kidding.
Bitch. Okay, so listen. Now I'm going to go on to the next one. We just found out that Brittany Bateman, if you guys haven't seen her, watch this. She's ready to come in.
Wait, this is the new girl.
This is the new girl. She came in and said, "You need a new villain? Here I am." Totally Jenkins did. This is her.
Fear me, love me, stand and stare at me. And these are real. I've got money and looks. I am like junk with power. This whole school hums my leg like a chihuahua.
Wait, what? Do we have to watch the whole thing?
I'm the prettiest poison you ever seen. That filter you use looks just like me.
Okay.
Okay, where do they find these women? The loony bin? Like they just go and they let's open this house of crazies and just no, like it's not an episode of, or it's not Frozen 5, you know, it's Salt Lake City season 5.
You guys, Carrie, thank you also for gifting the Up and Out of membership.
You guys are amazing.
Oh my God.
What do you do with these ladies? Like, what do you do? Like, she's coming in hot and crazy, which is like what we like, you know, because we've had hot and crazy on Salt Lake City. If you think about it, going back, there's always one, and now we have another. And
Carrie H said, who is she again? So Brittany Bateman is filming for the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. They actually start filming today.
And she's auditioning for Broadway.
She was on Broadway.
Oh, she was on Broadway.
She was actually on Broadway.
Which is why she can hold a note.
Yeah. Poison.
No, you weren't on Broadway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I just get off?
Was she on Broadway? What did she do?
She was on Broadway.
Now I want to know.
I just got the complete lowdown.
Now I want to
on this
know.
girl. Hold on.
I need to find a playbill.
Hold on.
And read her bio because we need to see if it matches up to what's happening on the show.
She was on this show. What is that? Beauty and the Beast?
Oh yeah.
She was on Beauty and the Beast. So I literally
like Broadway
God,
Beauty and the
I almost
Beast.
Turned my phone. I literally just got the whole lowdown on this girl, Brittany Bateman, which is exactly what she wanted, I'm sure. But Brittany Bateman and her ex-husband have Instagram troll accounts. And
like
now,
everyone else on the cast.
I mean, there's 2 other people on the cast that also have Instagram troll accounts. I've never thought to have a troll account.
No, or what is the other thing that the kids have now? Finstas.
Finstas.
Or they have like their other personality. They're like, here I'm Sarah, but over there I'm Lara, you know, and it's like a little different.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know what the Finstas and the troll accounts. If you guys, by the way, hear anything, I don't think you will.
I don't think you'll hear.
Okay, we have people who are like doing some stuff, but I found out that her and her ex-husband have multiple troll accounts. I have the name to every single one of these troll accounts.
What?
And
can we go to them?
Yeah. Do you want to go to one of them right now?
Yeah. How do we do that?
Okay.
Can you do this on the screen?
Let's see.
Guys, this is fun.
Okay.
So Judy asked, what is a troll account? A troll account is kind of like an account where you use, like, no one knows it's yours. And then you go in and you like make comments, like it's kind of like bullying, I guess. And then you can make up stories and post for what you want people to see or do. And a Finsta is a fake Instagram. That's like, it's not you.
Okay. So
I guess it's kind of the same thing, right?
Right.
Yeah.
This is one right here that I'm going to play, or I'm going to bring up for you. Things I'm into 1.
But there's no.
She doesn't. She's just using them. Things I'm into 1.
Who? Dr. Nicole Martin follows.
Followed by Dr. Nicole Martin. Okay, so what she's essentially doing is just using accounts like this, right? Hold on.
So like what? Go on and
trash
and comment. We get a lot of that too.
This account is private, so you can't, right? So that's
follow it right now.
That's probably why. I mean, she's gonna get wind that we're doing this, and then I'm sure she's gonna.
Then it won't be there anymore.
Yeah, and then here's another one. So I'm gonna stop. Let's see if the other one is private. It would also
now. How did we know, or how was it found out that these are hers?
Because. Excuse me.
Sorry. What the hell?
Her and her ex-husband run the fan account, a shit ton of troll fan accounts, and she got caught replying to herself through the fan account, which I don't even know how the hell that happens. And the person, one of the Real Housewives accounts, a real actual account that they claim to be an account, they said that they are sending all of these to the housewives currently, the Salt Lake City housewives. They said, we're sending all of these, and you could see where just all of these messages are going to come out.
Oh, Lord.
I'm going to.
So, I don't know.
She was this. It's so I'm curious what you guys think about it. No barking. I'm curious what you guys think about it. And also, if she ends up coming in with full-on troll accounts, is that any different than what Monica Garcia did? You know? Hold on. I'm going to bring up the next topic, and I want to ask you guys what you think. But there you go. So Jason is going to quiet the dogs down really quick. Next topic. Kandi Burruss, you guys. Kandi Burruss has left the building. She ended up announcing this, and hold on. If you guys haven't seen it, then here we go. Jason's giving the dogs a treat. That way they stop barking. You're bribing them. Here's the video. Thank you to the Shade Room, courtesy. Bop, bop, bop.
Housewives. Tell me, what's the latest? How do you keep up? How do we keep up?
I'm not really keeping up right now. I'm not keeping up. I already said it, so I'll tell you. I decided I'm not coming back this year.
Why?
Well, it's been 14 seasons.
14?
Yeah, 14. And they allowed us to sit around for a little too long because it was making a decision. But during that time, I had started working on a lot of other things, and I got some nice big projects coming soon. So I'm super excited about those things. But it's not just that. It's just like, after you really have time to think, and a friend of mine was like, why do you keep doing it? And I was like, well, I think because I've just been doing it so long, it just feels weird to think not to do it. So I was just like, you know what? I'm going to take a break. I'm going to take a moment.
Okay, you just said take a break.
Well, no, I'm not coming back this year.
Ever.
Well, I would say, I don't want to say never because we're still going to do things together.
Okay, I saw Sweet and Low just asked who had the multiple troll accounts. Her name is Brittany Bateman, and she is testing starting this week for the new season of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. So also, when I told Jason about Kandi Burruss leaving the show, let me put this up there. When I told Jason about this, I was looking at a lot of the fan reactions and oh my God, look who's back.
Hi.
I was looking at a lot of the fan reactions and people are maybe wondering if she actually got fired, but
I don't think so.
She's working on other things with Bravo. So maybe they just thought like, you're no longer good for the Housewives because they want to do a reboot, but we're still going to keep working with you in other capacities. Or do you think that she legitimately just walked away?
She legitimately walked away. I think she has a lot going on. And I think, they were kind of they've been in this waiting zone for a long time. Right?
Yeah.
Like we don't even know what's happening with Atlanta.
I thought she was too busy. So I was like,
she's producing Tony Award winning shows on Broadway. She's producing movies and music. I mean, she has so much going on. Really, she doesn't need the show. It is a nice little paycheck she was getting though. I have to say, what, $2 million or something?
She was making $2 million a season or 2.1, but she's worth over $40 million. She is A-okay. And it's not like just because the show stops, like her incoming money stops. So she's fine. But then I saw where a couple people asked, do you think that means Phaedra is going to the Real Housewives of Atlanta now? And I think that Phaedra is going to stay on Married to Medicine. But what I do think is we might get a Portia back.
Do you think so?
I hope so.
Here's the thing about Phaedra, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ultimate Girls Trip, what was it, twice? No, once. Yeah, Ultimate Girls Trip. Traders, twice. Why am I thinking she did something twice? Once. Yeah. Traders, and then you had Married to Medicine. She's very popular. Mm-hmm. She's very popular. I mean, why not bring her back to the show? Why not have her do everything? Just have her do everything.
I think that's another thing where that is completely up to her. So there you go, guys. Yeah. Kandi Burruss is not returning as of right now to the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
That kind of sucks, though. I mean, because
I like her.
I loved her on the show. I mean,
she was so nice at BravoCon. So was Don Juan.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I do have to say though, it's kind of like we remember how I said that if we lose all the OGs, like what do you do? Like
if they,
I'm not excited for it right now.
Well, by the way,
unless they announce some,
the new season of Brony is getting exactly what you thought.
No
I believe.
way.
Luann just hinted at it. So we might be getting some OGs
with the new ones.
With
That's
the
what
new
you should have
ones.
done in the first
I
place.
mean, I can't confirm that, but
unless
that's what she's alluding
unless
to.
they wanted to see how these girls could do on their own. And we get to know them, and then you can keep the ones that work, and then bring in the, you kept Luann and Sonia busy. You've been keeping Dorinda. Everyone's been busy.
Yeah.
Right. So
I'm saying bring Dorinda, Luann, and Sonia, mix them in with the cast, and let's call it a day.
I would love to see Brynn with those three.
Yeah.
I come on. Like, would that just not be?
Would be wild.
It would be wild. Is Jenna Lyons coming back?
No.
Okay.
But while we're on the East Coast, I just wanted to talk about this really quick too. I don't know if you guys saw this, but Candace Diller Bassett was being sued by Ashley Darby's ex-husband, Michael Darby. And now, as per People magazine, and thank you to All About the Real Housewives, a judge in Virginia gave Candace Diller Bassett a stress-free start. I just said stress-free start to 2024. And that was this past month. He dismissed the defamation lawsuits that she was facing from Michael Darby. And this was first filed back in February of 2023. A dismissal with prejudice was issued in the case on January 3rd, with a final order entered on January 31st. Michael, the court determined, was precluded from maintaining a lawsuit against Candace based on a release that he signed to appear on the Bravo reality TV series. So when a case is dismissed with prejudice, it becomes a final judgment and may not be reasserted. And that's a big win for Candace, because that would have been her house. I mean, that would have been a lot of money. Like, most people don't have $1 million or $2 million to
just laying around in the backyard.
Yeah, like, oh, you want to sue me? Here, I'm going to give you $1 million or $2 million. And Michael Darby, let's be real too, he didn't need that money. He just wanted to prove a point. And Candace came out on top in this one. And
I mean, I think he did prove a point.
No, he didn't.
He proved a point that he wanted. He's like, okay, I'm going to shove this down your throat for a while, and you know.
But now she's going to shove down his throat that he's going to pay for all of her attorney's fees.
Well, then the point got turned around and pointed back at the
point got turned around and got pointed
I don't know.
All right. So I just wanted to address that really quick, since we haven't. Now, there's another thing that everybody keeps talking about, and I'm so over talking about this, but we have to. Kyle Richards.
If there are two things, wait, I'm so sorry. If there are two things I could never, ever talk about again, it would be Kyle Richards and Morgan Wade. I don't think, if this is a made up storyline like some people do think, it is not helping Kyle at all. Okay.
It's just getting kind of redundant.
It's redundant. It's boring. It's ridiculous. And the Caroline and Brandi thing.
Oh, wait.
Like, if those are two things we can never talk about again.
I'm going to talk about that real quick too.
Lord have mercy. All right.
So everybody thought that Kyle and Morgan split because she wiped her Instagram feed of Kyle for the most part. And then somebody posted this from out of Tennessee.
Glad to be able to finally host Morgan here today, as she's also featured in the museum's annual
Boom. Right there, Kyle.
exhibition, American Current State of the Music, which offers a broad look at country music and its place in American culture over the previous year. Please join me in welcoming Morgan Wade to the Ford Theater stage.
Woo!
So there you have it.
There you have it. I
We
mean,
can
what
stop
do we
talking
have though? But we still don't know what it is.
I mean, no, we don't know what
we don't know what it is. Is it a relationship? Is it a friendship? Does she manage her in some capacity? Is she producing something with her? What is it? Now, I do have to go back to that Instagram thing. A lot of people are cleansing their Instagrams. I have a friend doing it right now. You know, like, it really does. Sometimes people post a lot of stupid shit on Instagram, and then they go to get a job, or they want to be this new person, and you got to delete everything really quick.
Got to delete some shit out of your life.
You know, but that's what happens. I mean, I don't think that. I definitely think there was like some motivation behind it to keep people talking, for sure.
Okay.
But it's not unheard of that people go cleanse their Instagrams. I mean, I've done that.
I just took all my TikToks off mine.
Yeah, see, you've done it. We're all guilty.
I'm not guilty of troll accounts.
Well, we're also not guilty of pretending to be in a relationship, and then hopefully it will bring ratings to a show. If that's what's happening.
I would do that with you for a show.
Doesn't even make sense.
Okay. So we're going to cap off with this really quick. The Caroline Brandi. I know. Apparently everybody is taking, now the cast is taking Brandi's side in this whole thing. Vicki has showed support. Gretchen Rossi has showed support. Camille Meyer, formerly known as Camille Grammer, has also shown support, saying that they want the tapes to roll and that they feel like Caroline has taken this way, way too far. And a lot of people think it's in order for her to protect her reputation and never let this see the light of day. Well, you guys know that Bethany Frankel is not going to let any topic go without being on her TikTok. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Here we go.
Oh, gosh.
And she always likes to talk while she's eating. I don't get it.
That's gross. No, we don't like that.
Thank you, By Way Color Drama.
Let's talk about Brandi's alleged participation in Morocco, the trip that will never see the light of day. So Brandi is a fired housewife who is now trying to support her kids and has been on other like one-off things at Bravo, or gone and visited the set and like stirred up shit and then left, which is what the Housewives wants and what rates. Enter Denise Richards, 2024, upside down jacket, etc. Not paid a dime, but like blows it up, train wreck style, and now they get a whole season of the promos. So that's what Brandi does, and that's what rates. Getting fucked up rates. And someone sent me today a statistic that 43% of sexual assaults are under the influence. That's insane. So Brandi is a fired housewife, the most desperate of housewives. She's trying to support her family. She went through a crazy divorce. They live in a mansion. She is known to drink. I think she wrote a book that had like drinking in the title. And she's known to get wild, and Bravo loves that. So she goes into the most desperate of desperate trips. And even if, I don't know what happened, but she goes in like the Unsullied and did what she was told. If you ever saw the movie A Few Good Men, those two poor soldiers at the end, they're like, wait, what did we do wrong? Because they got fired from the military because they followed an order. And the truth is that alcohol is encouraged, bad behavior is encouraged, promoted, rewarded. That's what it is. So if Caroline walked into a shit show and got covered in shit, and Brandi got hired to be a train wreck and be in a train wreck and perform as a train wreck, whose fault is all of this? Whose fault? Understand that there's no situation
She had to eat that bite. I was waiting for her to do that.
that I've been in that's as intense and activating and adrenaline and nervous system provoking as a housewives, as a trip, much less with all fired housewives.
Oh my God, I can't.
I've spoken in front of 5,000 people. I've been on
Salad
The
in your mouth.
Apprentice. I've baked, wrapped, and delivered cookies in my $500 broken windshield Bronco for 22 out of 24 hours, night after night, eyes bleeding. I grew up at the racetrack in a very abusive household. It's insane what goes on, and you're not always in your right mind, and you're not thinking, but you're always acutely aware of the fact that you're supposed to set something or somebody or yourself on fire. These are facts. People in normal life don't throw legs on dance floors, flip tables, and behave like this. Like they do it in mafia movies, but it doesn't happen that often. Yes, people stab each other, and that would be rewarded too here. But
Okay. So we get the point.
I get the point, but also who were the people who started that to make it something? You had Teresa flipping tables. You had people doing all this before. It was probably encouraged because those were the moments you remember, and those are the things. So now the only things producers and Bravo is looking for are more of those moments, you know? So I do agree with her in that sense, but man, one of my pet peeves is do not eat and talk at this.
That's all you got out of that?
That's really like, I was waiting for her to put the fork in her mouth for like 25 seconds.
Okay.
And then it was in her mouth for the rest of the video.
I mean, the one thing that I wanted to bring that up for is I do agree with her that this will never see the light of day. You know, so with that, I think that Brandi's not named in this. We can stop talking about it at this point. Caroline is going to get a settlement, and the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip Season 4 is never going to air.
But I wonder though, if after they give her a settlement, I don't know the legal, what is it called? The legal jargon. I don't know the legal jargon in this, but after she settles, or let's say something, if there is a settlement, can Brandi be vindicated in some way, shape, or form by them releasing some kind of footage? Or
I don't think
or does she just have to live? I mean, because say this, you know, say it didn't go down exactly how Caroline Manzo said it did, and you really are hurting Brandi in this way, even though Brandi hurts herself.
Right.
what does she get any vindication at all?
That's a great question.
If it didn't, is there any way to get that? I'm not saying that she didn't do anything. I'm just saying that if she didn't.
Also, by the way, some people really do have to do a lot in order to make themselves relevant on the show. There was an article that just came out saying that Lisa Vanderpump gave Ariana Madix a warning before season 9 and season 10, letting her know that she needed to step it up or she was going to be taken off the cast. And just kind of like there for Tom, she wasn't going to be getting paid the same. And then all of a sudden from that, they started something about her. So there is a lot of pressure to perform in these instances. And
which okay, now it makes me go back and think that now that I know that this was her Brittany, what is her name?
Brittany
Bateman. And she came from Broadway. So she's a performer.
Yes.
And I think she is going to come perform for us. You know, you're not taking someone and bringing them on the show brand new who has to work their way into like the group, like Gina or what's another one? What's a new one who was just kind of boring for a minute? Angie, if I'm thinking of Salt Lake City.
Angie Harrington.
Yeah, Angie Harrington. Well, you could say the same for Angie K, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah. You have a performer and she knows how to be on stage and she knows how to be in front of the camera and she will perform. Yep. And, you know, the show must go on when it comes to a performer. So let's see how long the show lasts with Brittany Bateman. And if they do find out there are troll accounts, how is anyone going to react to this? Because then you'll be putting your foot in your mouth again. If that's the reason Monica can't be on the show, then Heather's going to have to answer for a lot of things. The other ladies will have to answer for a lot of things. And so will Bravo.
Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to let Jason tell you one last time, since we have 750 people. If you are watching this on YouTube and not listening to it on the podcast, I guess it just applies to everybody. But I'm going to let Jason tell you about the giveaway one more time while I just grab one of our own. I don't care if people see me.
Oh, okay. So we are doing giveaways on our podcast. So if you listen to, a lot of people like to listen to our pod. I don't know how to share this. I'm not Adam. I'm not very good at all of this stuff.
Okay,
Present, share screen. So our podcast, are we sharing this? Yes. Look at me. Look at me. When you go leave a review, we're looking for some reviews. So go ahead and head on over there and give a review. And then once you do, you're automatically entered into all of our giveaways. We have a ton coming up. We just did a giveaway for the Blue Mean Face Pro when we hit 1,000 reviews. Now we're doing for 1,300 reviews, we are giving away a Rose Forever. So you will go on to roseforever.com and select whichever box of roses you would like, which is kind of cool.
I love that.
Because we have too many at this point, but they're lovely, and it's going to be a really good gift, a really good giveaway, and we're really excited. So it helps us out a lot too.
This is one that they just sent us because we are doing a promotion with them for Valentine's also. So if you guys don't want to wait for that and you are looking for the perfect gift until we get to our 1,300 ratings and say you weren't the one who won, I have the codes in there where you can use them to save a lot of money.
A lot.
And get somebody the perfect Valentine's Day gift. And I will put that in the description of this video along with the podcast link. Jason, happy Monday.
Happy Monday, everyone.
I think that it's time for us to gracefully bow out.
Yes.
Oh, did we miss anything? Oh, I can't miss this.
And guys, thank you for the super chat, Dominique. I couldn't agree more about Kyle and Morgan headlines. I just scroll on by. I don't blame you at this point. And I think it's almost had the reverse effect. If that's what they were trying to do, it's had the reverse effect. And also, guys, thank you we have a lot of construction going on in our house. So thanks for dealing with our noise today.
And this is the last one that we're going to take here too. We love you guys. If we already left a review, are we entered? You are entered.
If you've already, you don't even have to do it again. You're already entered. So it's not going anywhere. And if you ever want to change your review, like if we're talking about something in that week and you want it to pop up ahead, you can go back and edit it. And it will pop up on top, if you want to keep up like that. It's a fun little thing just to do, especially if you just listen to the podcast. A lot of people just listen. So,
and our question for you guys today is, when you go leave your rating, do you think that it's fair that this Brittany Bateman, the new Real Housewives of Salt Lake City housewife, who is starting to film this week, who has multiple troll accounts on social media, do you think it's fair that she be hired and Monica be fired.
Of course not.
Because it's the same shit.
Who's gonna say that? Who's gonna say no? It's or yes, it's fair.
You know what
No
the
one's gonna
difference
say
is? I
that.
just want to say really
Let's
quick.
ask about Vicki and Tamra. Who do we believe? That's what I want to know.
Oh, Vicki and Tamra.
Yeah. Who do we believe?
Who do
in
we
this-
believe? Vicki or
in this
Tamra?
instance?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
I
you
think
guys.
that's better.
You guys have the question. We love you guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys. Have a good week.